Hello YouTube, and welcome back to W140 Restorations for a very, very unanticipated episode of Project Iona. This episode of Project Iona is a departure from anything that I've done in the past. For all the previous videos, I have taken a lot of time and a lot of pride in showing everybody how to take a part off so you know how to repair it or replace it and put it back on. Today's episode is different. The front bumper of Iona was taken off for me by someone who was driving a 2022 Chevrolet Traverse. And I will show you the picture here of them parking their Chevrolet on top of my S500. And I can't show you how to take the bumper off. I can only show you all how they go on. But the big part of today's episode is replacing these front bumper retainers. There is an outer part of the front bumper and an inner part. There's foam that sits behind the front steel part as well, and this inner bumper core, as it were, is attached to the outer painted part of the bumper by these rivets right here. So in today's episode, we're going to take off the chrome as we did with the rear bumper in Project Iona. Then we're going to drill out these aluminum rivets, and then we're going to take the outer housing off and get to the front side of these bumper retainers. These are broken and shot. I found pieces laying on the ground, as well as the foam inner core, which I'll show you all here when we start putting this back together. But a little bit of work to do. I'm not going to repaint it right now. Oh, that's something else I want to show you, is what the paint looks like. I don't know if you all can see this, but this is the white paint that the family in their Chevy Traverse left on the front of Iona. And I was livid. I took a lot of time working on this car, and I I cannot explain to you how upset I was that somebody would do that. Here's a better angle. You can see the white paint and the scrapes where they left it right on top of my car, and I broke this off. But let's go ahead and let's fix it, because we know how to do things and how to fix stuff here on W140 Restorations. All right, first thing we're going to do is we're going to take off the driver's side lower clip. This is the part that holds your external temperature sensor. Gravity is ever for the bolts on the bottom to put these back on. 2 bolts at the top, 2 bolts at the bottom. They are very different. The top ones go into the hood, and I'll show you that when I get it back together, but the bottoms are just regular. And then on the episode for the rear bumper and painting it, you all know how to take these chrome clips off, but if you haven't seen that episode, I'll show you all right now. See, these do spin freely. As you get a little screwdriver and open the whole assembly, you can push them backwards, and they spin off because you're trying to get that little clip right in there off the back side. are these chrome pieces. I'll show you. Pull down and push to get them off. So we'll take the rest of them off and start pulling these the top chrome pieces off. The nice thing about them is they twist around because sometimes they're really hard to get to. All right, let's take that first piece of chrome off. Push this out. There we go. We'll get this buffed up on the polish wheel like we did the rears, and cleaned up and reassembled. Took our parts, keep them safe over here. Do the same thing on passenger side. Not really hard to do. Just kind of pay attention to how they're oriented and how you're taking them off so you don't bend the clips. Type of little parts that than you are for sale. Just small little clips and pieces, which are nice to have and needful things for restorations, or even just repairs too. Not just a full restoration, but things you're going to have to make your car working and running and drivable and nice. Up closer. Make sure the tabs aren't broken off. They're not. Good. We can repair those. Get them put back on Iona. Okay. I'm going to show you all what we have to do to get the inner and the outer separated. There's no way to reach these bumper retainers from the outside. These are bolted from the front on the inner part, and the outer part is attached to the inner part based on these tabs in the front, which push the painted piece up and off, but also through these rivets. I have a rivet gun, but I don't have one that's big enough to set these rivets. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to drill out these rivets and find something to retain the exterior plastic and the interior plastic together, because it is a two-part front bumper. Rear bumper, not so much. And to take the outer off so we can get to this side bumper retainer. Let me go grab the ones that I was very, very lucky to find on eBay to replace these broken ones. Give me a second, I'll go grab them. Okay, I grabbed the new parts, or new old stock parts that I got to replace these broken ones. You can see how much was broken off of Iona, and these are the replacement ones. Part number is 140-885-0014. These are OEM. This are the bolts that bolt to the front bumper steel assembly on a W140, and these are how they attach on the front. These two Allen head and this one big retainer washer is how it bolts to this inner plastic. So let's go ahead and start disassembling all this. We've got to drill out these 8 rivets and try to find a way to fasten the top rivets together again that don't set up too high, because we don't want the chrome to be setting way high from the top of the plastic. So let's see what fasteners we can find. I might put a smaller rivet in here, but let's see what we can do once we get the plastic separated. So if you've never drilled a rivet out before, you're trying to drill the head out. You're not really trying to drill all the way through. And if you drill the head out, the whole back end of the rivet should pop out. Not trying to drill all the way through. Just trying to get the head to pop out so you can pull the rivet out the backside. There's the first one. They're gonna be hot too. There's the second one. See, sometimes they get stuck on the end of your drill bit, which is fine. Just reverse it and they'll pull right off. If you've never done this before, pretty slow and steady wins the race sort of process. Third one. And fourth one. It's going to be hot, but here's what the back side of the rivet looks like when the head's drilled off. Relatively easy to do. Just take your time, start with a smaller drill bit, drill through the middle to get them lined up, and then keep stepping it up depending on how big your rivets are. And we'll do the passenger side. We'll go ahead and take the inner core out from the outer core and give it a good bath. I was on a roll until I started talking. Now I need to show you all what happens when they don't come out. Seven came out so easy, and the last one decides to be persnickety. Put a set of pliers on it. and then proceed to drill it out. There it goes. Ta-da, and we're free. All right. With our rivets popped out and all the heads of our rivets popped out, we should be able to pull the inner core and the outer core off. Grab our pliers and pull the inside of the rivet through the bottom side. And these are just a little aluminum rivets, nothing substantial. But after we get all the rivet remnants out, we'll go ahead and take a look at these snaps. There are snaps that hold the inner core from the outer core. So we're going to work our way around, pulling the outer core, or the outer bumper from the inner core, I should say. There's a series of clips where the plastic snaps together. There's about 12 of them. I'm trying to have them unsnap from the bottom, at the same time pushing through the outer and keeping that up. At the same time trying not to break it even more from where somebody ran into it. So a little bit of finagling, trying to get it loose. All right, patience. Come on, don't break. All right. Whew, that was a chore. Top ones are off, now to the bottom ones. I looked for any online resources. There's videos of people just like straight screwing these in like big giant long bolts, and I'm sure you could do that. It's gonna look ghastly. You might put a European license plate. I happen to have like a Ukrainian license plate that somebody gave me as a gift that you could put over, but I didn't want to do that. Iona doesn't have a front license plate on it. I didn't want to go through all the kind of hoodwinking, as it were, to put these things back together. So this is what we get. It's the unfortunate situation of trying to deal with somebody who just not caring about anybody else's stuff, and that's what you get. Alright, there's most of the inner. Is it the last one? Last two? There it is. Finally. Alright. There they are. All that just to reach these right here without breaking the inner, and also without damaging the outer. Get both on my stands here. Let's see what we got. 6. Yeah. Nope, 6. Interesting. The new one, replacement one, is a 5 mil, but this one, I'm sure I got this on reverse. 6 mil. And off she comes. There's that. And off she comes. So with those off, let's do a quick look. I washed both the outer bumper shell. There's a stress crack right here. And it is torn right here, so I'm gonna have to be very careful putting this back on, making sure. I think I'm gonna go ahead now and rivet it actually, instead of putting some sort of bolt that I can replace. I think I'm gonna rivet to make it permanent, make sure it's secure. I'm gonna try at least to rivet it together. If not, I got some stainless steel hardware. Concerned about the height of either any sort of nut or bolt or any sort of retainer to hold it together. So I think I'm going to try and make sure I put it back like it was by using a rivet here. Then making sure all the clips are back together, because this a little bit of structural integrity lost for this being torn here. So I'm going to put some protectant all over top, bottom, back, front, the whole sides, and put the new mounts on and put it back together. So let's go ahead and put the new replacement mounts on. Drop that in, put our top plate on, put our original hardware on there. Bottom one's aligned, with the top one aligned. All right, grab an Allen wrench. There we go. Make sure that it's tight. I do not want to strip these out. These mounts were extremely hard to find. Thank goodness for eBay. And I don't want them coming loose. So we're going to tighten them down. And then put the outer bumper cover on the inner. That's one side. Let's do the other. Alright, I torqued down the new mounts and getting ready to reinstall the external bumper cover on the internal housing. Slide it on first, then we're going to try and rotate it together. There we go. Gravity do a little bit of the work. line. Okay, slowly, and I mean real slowly. I don't want to break any of this at all. Which is interesting because I've got tabs that go over and then tabs that go under. So, and it's on bottom and on top. Okay. Plus, I have to align for where the rivets will go. If my rivet gun will handle that. Okay. In. All right, that's one part. Let's see here. Woo. All right, one side is in, the other is definitely not. There it is. All right. Clipped in, ready to go. Before I put the chrome back on, if y'all take a look right here, I have to get these riveted before I can put the chrome piece over the rivets, or there'll be no way to reach the rivets after the fact. So make sure you all can see that. So right here and here, I gotta figure out to rivet those before the chrome goes back in, but everything appears to be snapped into place. So let's grab the rivet gun and see if we can get them to hold. Be right back. All right, rivet gun with a swivel head, and the concept is you pull the rivet through, it expands the head, and it stays together. First you load it, and then squeeze and squeeze and squeeze, and it should expand. And we're gonna give it the old college try to see if that's big enough. These appear to be a little bit undersized. In fact, very undersized. I don't think this is gonna work. Nope, guys, I'm gonna have to try to find a different way to hold those two things together. Maybe at the bottom, but the top is way too thick. Nope, bottom's not gonna work either. That is just gonna break that plastic. I don't know if that didn't happen. Yeah, no, I'm not even gonna attempt that. That's gonna break. And I don't wanna break that plastic. All right, step back and punt. Oh man, I don't think I can see that or not. Oh, so shiny. Whew, nice. So after not being able to rivet this back together and really worrying about destroying the plastic by pulling an aluminum rivet through it, I went out and bought some T-nuts that I thought I might be able to sink in the plastic from this side, because this has to be flush for the chrome to set into some hex head cap screws, and I got some Phillips head that I thought I might be able to put through as well, but they set so high. Plus there's some additional weight there. This is plastic, very thin. And I was thinking to myself, what can I do to hold this together, which I can take apart and it'll be light. And you know, you can harass me in the comments if you want about it. I'm not very proud to do it, but this is kind of my zip tie moment here on W140 Restorations. I said, what can I do that I can undo? What can I do that is going to be very light? And what can I do in case there's ever a time that I have to take this apart, that it will be super easy to undo? And that answer is a dark blue zip tie. It's tight. It is flexible. It's lightweight, and I can undo it at a moment's notice. It is very strong. It gives me a little bit of flexibility. And honestly, the chrome piece, and I'll show you the chrome piece. The chrome is going to sit right on top, and there's no interference. And with the hex head and the cap screw, I was getting interference from how it's assembled for the chrome. So you know, am I proud of it? No. Is it going to hold it together? Yes. Can I take it apart? Is it light? All those different things. So it works. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna poo-poo it. I'm gonna tighten it up and cut the bottoms and do the same thing on the bottom part. But I will show you that it does not look half bad when finished. And you'd never notice. It's going to be buried literally behind the chrome. So I'm going to finish the passenger side and put all this back together. Alright, we've got our chrome on the front, all tied back together, pretty rigid. We're gonna check out where these mounts go, behind this clip here, behind where the external thermostat is here, and then show you all where these clip on the front, right underneath where the hood closes. There's a little special bolt that sticks out. I'll show you guys that here in 1 second. So pull Iona in the garage and reattach her front bumper. She looks a little naked not having a front bumper on her. But here's the back side of the mounts. This whole assembly right here screws off. If you know the W140, this is the top of the hood with the grill rest right here. And there's these big washer down here, one on either side. And then we have what I left hanging here is our external thermometer that shows up on our dash, what the temperature is, that got knocked off as well when I backed up from being underneath the front of that Chevy Traverse. So let's go ahead and take these off and go ahead and put the bumper back on Iona here, and then get it on its side mounts here. Okay, first guess, 14. Oh, too big. 13 millimeter. Alright. 13 mil it is. And there's the weird nut type stopper for the hood, as well as these big thick looks like a fender washer, but these big thick washers are the same ones that are on the bumper as well, for the rear bumper. First ones. Yep, and here's here's what's left after being hit in a parking lot. Nope. Is that it? Is that it? Oh, okay. Sometimes you gotta go slow to go fast. I'm gonna look and see if it was on both sides to make sure I don't jack anything up. Okay, everybody. Push up. Alright. I'm gonna double check this, everybody. Give me a second. And for the hood adjusters, this is 11 or 10 millimeter. Just back off the 10 millimeter nut. I had to back off both of them and then screw this bumper in and then tighten them against the 13. So these are tight on both sides. And the last thing is to take it for a drive on this fantastic sunny Central Florida afternoon. I'm so happy to get her back together. Oh man, silly me. I'm gonna put both of these covers, they snap back in just to pop. Actually, I'll just go ahead and do it right now. Why not? I've got it, might as well use it. Ridge on the top, 2 clips in the bottom. Putting these on, the top end first and the bottoms should just snap and snap in. There it is. All right, and rinse and repeat on the driver's side, and we are done again with this very unnecessary episode of Project Iona. Man, you can see, look at that. You can see where they put their dang bumper right on the hood as well as the bumper. Man, look at that. I hadn't seen that before. Oh my gosh. All right, everybody. A little bit of rubbing compound, a little bit of elbow grease, and then like a DA orbital polisher to wipe away some of that Chevrolet white paint and to get it where it needs to be. I hope you all like the content. I've been getting some amazing comments. Love the community. Love my viewers and my subscribers. You all are absolutely amazing. And love putting this stuff together. Busy times at work. Been doing a lot of travel, but a lot more to come for Project Iona and for Project Heidi, brand new SL500 that I've been working on. Got to get some videos out on that. So everyone, if you like the content, please boop, like, subscribe, and we'll catch you again on the next episode of Project Iona or Project Heidi here on W140 Restorations. Bye everybody, take care. Thanks for watching.